What's up, guys? Welcome to the subscriber text game breakdown. This is a series where I analyze your text interactions and help you guys improve your overall text game. In this one, we're going to take a look at a cold approach number from a guy who I would say is a solid intermediate. He was texting a girl, everything was going well, and then she stopped responding. So we're going to analyze the whole thing and see what caused her to ghost and what he could have done better. Alright, let's jump right into the interaction. So as I mentioned in the intro, this was a cold approach number, and we're going to break down the whole thing. So I've talked about this in the past. With cold approach numbers, it's largely the same thing as online numbers. The only difference is that you don't have to do as much, right? Because you already established a lot of value and comfort in person. So with cold approach numbers, basically the grand scheme of things, opener, get the convo going, a little bit of callback humor, a little bit of banter, and then you set up the date, right? Most of your interaction texting from cold approach number should be logistics and setting up the date. A little flirting and banter is good, but you don't have to build up a lot of investment like you would with an online dating number, because assumingly you did that in person. All right, so let's take a look at this. So his opener is guess who. It's an interesting opener. I probably wouldn't do that. I just like to say my name, like Alex with a winky face. But that's fine. It's kind of cheeky. She doesn't respond, so he waits a day, which is good. You don't want to double text right away. I know it's probably a tricky one. She says, "Good morning," and then his name. "Good morning, mystery girl. I have a question." She says, "I may or may not have an answer. What are your thoughts on going out for drinks with cute boys?" I don't like this text for two reasons. First of all, he refers to himself as a cute boy. Never do that. You're either, a handsome man or a handsome guy, but never a boy. It's like, subtly, displaying lower value. It's like you're kind of putting yourself down in a very subtle way. But the second thing is, I'm not a fan of this close. Like, what are your thoughts on going out for drinks with cute guys, even if you said it like that? Don't try to get fancy with the closing, right? He would have been much better off when he says, "I have a question." She's like, "I may or may not have an answer. Do you like wine?" That's it. She says, "Yes, I do." Good, we should split a bottle sometime soon. So why fucking get fancy with it? With banter and flirting, yeah, fuck around. But with closing, just keep it simple. She says, follow-up question, is food involved? There may be some good nachos involved. I'm lactose intolerant, LMAO. Although there may be non-dairy appetizers involved, I could be down. I only like cute boys named blank that I met at blank though. So this is a good sign. She's showing a decent amount of interest. So far it's on the right track. Besides the little thing I mentioned. I know of one that fits the criteria who's free on Tuesday night. Also, bad text. So quite often I see guys just trying to be like assertive when it comes to logistics, and that's a bad strategy. You want to be assertive in everything else, but when it comes to logistics, you actually want to be kind of chill and let's just say diligent. So a much better text would have been something like, "Perfect, what is your schedule like this week?" Or "Perfect, you free Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday night?" At least give her a few options. Because when you say who's free on Tuesday night, she may want to meet you, but she's just busy that night. And then she has to say no. Now the problem is twofold. First of all, you don't want to enter negative compliance, right? So that's when a girl gets in the habit of saying no, 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 right? That's the first thing. But more importantly, girls don't like having to say no. And what they may do quite often is put it off. So for example, she sees the text and she's like, "Oh shit, I have plans on Tuesday, but maybe if I move this around and this person is late, let me just get back to him, when I know more." Tuesday rolls around, she forgets, or her plans don't change, and then until it's Wednesday and she's like, "Oh shit, I forgot to text this guy. Fuck, what if he gets pissed off?" Because girls are always worried about a guy getting confrontational, right? They just don't want that. Like, "Oh shit," and they wind up ghosting you, right? Maybe they really want to meet you, but it's just like this chain of events that can happen if you plan logistics poorly that will cause the girl to ghost. So yeah, that's why I'm not a fan of, "I'm free on Tuesday." Just ask her what her schedule is like. Once she gives you her schedule, and let's say she's free on Tuesday, at that point you could be, "Oh cool, I'm free on Tuesday as well." All right. Hey, if you guys are finding value in this video, then make sure you subscribe to the channel. Seriously guys, just hit the subscribe button below. I have class on Tuesday, but I'll be free Saturday. Exactly what I meant. Cool, I'll be free mid-afternoon on Saturday. I would have liked that more if he said, "Cool, how does 5 p.m. on Saturday sound?" Right? That's much better. Don't be afraid to ask the girl, right? It doesn't come off as beta. You don't have to be like super dominant when it comes to logistics. So then Thursday, he double texted her, "I thought of a good spot for Saturday." That's pretty good. It's a good way of, kind of reminding her, right? What do you have in mind? The local it's my favorite bar. You've been. Okay, that's fine. I have not. I'm a bit sick right now. I just have a cough, but it's not COVID. I'll let you know Saturday morning if I'm feeling better. I'd hate to get you sick. This is just bad luck. You can't control the girl getting sick, right? That works. Let me know. And then Saturday, how are you feeling? I think I can do 3 today. You always want a small chunk compliance. So there's 2 parts of compliance here. First of all, in order for the date to happen, 1, she has to be feeling better. 2, she has to be free at the same time as you. Separate those things. Hey, how are you feeling? If she's not feeling well, it doesn't matter what time she's free because she's not going to meet up. If she says I'm feeling better, cool, how does 3 o'clock sound? But you always want to separate small chunk compliance. The mistake guys make quite often is they just group compliance all together. Like, hey, do you want to get together, have some wine on a romantic balcony at 3 o'clock? It's 3 separate requests, so you want to separate those. Still sick, unfortunately. I had mimosa and used vitamin C as an excuse. Oh, man. Thought the mimosa would have worked. I'm going to Boise in a couple of days. Let's meet up when I'm back. That's totally fine. Sounds good. Do you have IG? She gives hers. Followed. You're good. So he's noticing things about her. He's making small talk. Yep, first and the finest. Lol, my ex was... I guess you have a type then. And then he doesn't text her for like a day or 2. So you never want to end the conversation midstream, or at least usually you don't want to do that. So it's almost like, let's say, one of your friends tells you something big, like, hey man, I had this crazy realization the other day, and then you don't text, and then you don't respond, and then 2 days later, you're like, hey man, what are you up to this weekend, right? It's just a little bit like, oh, why did this person not respond? So it's okay, you don't have to always respond to the girl, but you don't want to stop the convo midstream. I guess you have a type then. So what he could have said is like, oh yeah, you think so? Or, yeah, I do, blah, blah, blah. It's this, this, and this, right? So this is really a lot to build on here. On Sunday, hits her up. I'm back in CA. You're around Tuesday or Wednesday. Good, but again, small chunk compliance, right? So it's been a little bit, so you have to soft close her again. So, what I would have said is, guess where I am? She says, where? I'm back in blah, blah, blah. We should celebrate. She says, yeah, sure. Then, are you free Tuesday or Wednesday? So you always are small chunking everything. And then I like this this re-engagement text. Did we break up? Sends a little meme. Hey, sorry for the last 2 days. Have been rough. I went to the ER Sunday night because I couldn't breathe, and they told me I have a concussion and a sinus infection, so I'm trying not to look at screens too much because it gives me a headache. So this is just purely bad luck. Oh shit, sorry to hear that. Hope you're starting to feel better. I'll text you later. So that's good. And then he gives her about a week. He re-engages, which is a good amount of time. Did you recover? I'm alive, yes. Cool, I know the perfect way to celebrate. Now this is good. Now he's doing basically what I mentioned earlier. He's small chunking compliance. What do you have in mind? Margarita night at blah, blah, blah on Thursday. Now this again, so first just say margarita night at this place. Let her agree to the place, then you can be like, how's Thursday sound? Ideally, you want to give her 2 or 3 options, but if you're determined to meet her on Thursday, how's Thursday sound? But again, separate it. Sounds like a fun time, let me try to move around some stuff. Exactly, she's busy that day, she's trying to move it around. Girls are typically, if they like you, they want to be accommodating. The problem is that life sometimes doesn't allow that. So you don't want to set up a date on a night where girl has to move things around or find out, right? You want to set up a night where she's free. Like, let's say Wednesday night, she's completely free. Thursday, she has some things, but she's going to try to squeeze you in. Definitely meet her on Wednesday, right? Even if instead of Thursday, it's Sunday, it's 3 days out, that's still better than her having to like squeeze you in, because when she does that, it increases likelihood of her having to flake. And again, it's not deliberate. Quite often, it's just like a series of things happens, like one of her girlfriends decides that she wants to go here, blah, 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 and then she flakes, and then she feels bad, so she doesn't text you. He says, move it around or else. I wouldn't have done that. I mean, I understand he's kidding, but I would have said, what's a better night for you? She says, I have my final presentation on Thursday, so I'm going to see if I can do it today. What time Thursday? She's double texting. That's a good sign. I thinking 7:30 sounds good. I get off work in Del Mar at 7, so I can meet you there. Cool, see you then. So he re-engages her day of the date. Good news, I picked out the cutest outfit for tonight. I don't like that because it's a little feminine. What I would have said is pick out a cute outfit for tonight yet, or even more simply, hey, still good for tonight. I bet you look great. I'm on the 8th hour of my shift and I'm pretty exhausted. Exactly what I'm talking about, right? 8th hour of her shift, she's exhausted. She's already planting the seeds for her to flake. Sounds like you desperately need a margarita. That's fine. If I'm honest, I was super excited to see you, but I feel way too tired to drive 30 minutes, and drink. Exactly. Now she's bailing. And this could have been probably avoided if he just picked a better night, like a weekend where she didn't have to work 8 hours. No bailing, it's illegal. It's funny, but it's kind of high risk. And you can see she doesn't respond to that. So a week later, he re-engages her. Are you feeling energetic this week? And there's no response. So again, what happened here, I can almost guarantee it, is she liked the guy, right? But then she flaked on him, and then she felt bad, especially because he said no bailing, it's illegal. She's like, oh shit, is he kidding? Is he serious? What if he hates me now? What if he's gonna get confrontational? And then she just ignores him. And she can do that because she has hundreds of other guys hitting her up, because she's a girl in America and she has a shitload of options. So I think the big summary here is, yes, he made some minor mistakes by sending some feminine text, blah, blah, blah. That's not really the problem. The problem was with the logistics and the closing. He took some shortcuts. He did small chunk compliance, and he just made some basic closing mistakes. And if he just fixes that, he can significantly increase the likelihood of the girl showing up. There's no guarantee that if he had done everything I said, this chick would have showed up, but there definitely would have been a higher chance. All right, hopefully you guys found this breakdown valuable. And the biggest intermediate mistake that I haven't mentioned yet that you can make is not subscribing to the channel. So you want to fix that immediately by hitting that subscribe button. And also for good measure, hit the like button and the bell for notification. Thank you guys for watching, and until next time.